Hi guys, it's Chris and Susan, and we are our very last night here in Cancun, Mexico. Our last sunset, as they say, and you can just see the sun going down behind us, and it's actually quite breezy, and they've removed some of the sunbeds, so maybe it's going to get a bit rougher tomorrow. But we just want to share with you a little bit about, well, we've had quite a lovely day today actually. We've done something that's probably way out of most people's comfort zone in their 60s. We took a speedboat ride out to Cozumel Reef to see the beautiful corals and to actually do some snorkeling. And it was quite funny, and Chris is going to tell you the story of our guide because he was a lot younger than us, and Chris likes to drive the speedboat quite fast, don't you?
Well, no, he gave us 3 signals. He said there's a wave your hand. If I spin my hand round sort of like this is go faster, and I can wave it down, that's slow down, and if I put my hand up like that stops. So that was quite simple to me. Then he said, right, okay, so just follow me. And so we got in this speedboat, and the thing is, it had a big powerful engine, a little boat, big powerful engine on the back, but it was great fun. And we were going out sort of narrow bits and then across the sea, and then down through some mangrove swamps and out onto the reef, which was, I have to say, pretty amazing. But it's sort of about learning, you know, because we were the first boat out, and he said, oh, just put your throttle on a little bit there and just let it go, and I'll get the others out. And the others were a bit slow. We had a couple of American guys who were fine, and then we had a Spanish family.
They had got youngsters.
And they had got youngsters, and probably a bit too young for this, to be perfectly honest. And you know, they didn't have a lot of courage, I think, to sort of put the throttle open, because it did actually pick up quite a bit of speed. But it's sort of one of those things that you learn, isn't it? That, you know, you put it on a little bit and you go a bit faster, and then you think, okay, I'll get used to this, and then it doesn't seem so fast anymore, and then you put it on a bit more and it gets a bit more bumpy and you're going a bit faster, and then after 30 seconds or so you get used to it, and then you get on full throttle and you think, oh wow, this is fantastic. And I mean, my boat, or our boat, was faster than the guide's boat, and we kept catching him up, so we had to keep slowing down and things. But I guess the lesson was that, you know, when you haven't done this sort of stuff before, which obviously some of the other family had, sometimes you just got to open it up a bit, push it between your, push it outside your comfort zone, and go for it. And then as you get used to that, it's no longer outside your comfort zone. And so that's the same with your business, isn't it? To be honest, you know, you do something new, or you're thinking about doing something new, and you're all fearful in your head, and you go, am I really going to do this? Can I do this? You know, I'm not sure if it's going to work. But then you do it and you think, oh wow, that wasn't quite so bad as my head said it was going to be. And that's exactly the same with going on the boat, and it was good fun. And unfortunately I didn't have my contact lenses in today, so putting these goggles over my face when we were snorkeling, it didn't seal properly. And so of course when I stuck my head under the water, what did I get? I got eyes full of water. So that didn't help either. But we had to find a way to do it, because I wanted to see the coral reef, so I managed to find a way to adjust them so that they didn't leak. Well, they leaked a bit slower, so I got 30 seconds or so to look, then I had to sort of take them out and empty them again, and then go back and have a look. But you learn this stuff as you go along, and it was absolutely great fun. And by the time we'd finished snorkeling, we're on our way back, it was, come on Peppy, as his name was, let's just hit the full throttle and go for it.
But the story I want to share with you is while Chris was actually out finishing snorkeling, because I came in a bit earlier, I was chatting to Pepe, and I was asking, does he have
get wet feet.
Hang on. Does he have family, and has he always lived in Mexico? And yes, he's always lived in Mexico, and he had 2 children. He had a little boy of 10 and a daughter of 12. And he said, oh, do you have children? And I said, yes, we do. We have 5. He said, oh, they must be young like mine. I said, no, our youngest is 29 and our eldest is 35. So we have 5 children. He said, 5 children? So how old are you? And I said, we're 60 and 61. He said, no, that's not possible. He said, you were up there following me going fast in your boat, and then he made some noise about the others, which I think was pretty much flapping his wings like they were chickens. So I mean that's our message, is really, you know, life is about adventure. Yes, we're in our 60s and we are catching up with all those things we've always wanted to do. It started with us skiing, as many of you know our story. Always wanted to ski, learnt to ski many years ago, must have been about
1991 it was.
1991 we learnt to ski, and had never skied as children. We just didn't do that kind of thing as families for holidays when we were younger.
That's a bit scary actually, that's 34
Yeah,
years
I know.
ago.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to calculate the years, and it was getting more than I thought, and I thought it must be wrong, but
is that right? Hang on, no.
it's quite a lot.
1990, 2010, no, 24 years ago.
It's 24 years, and that's a lot of years. But I mean, if you're watching this video, what we're saying to you is, listen, you have one life, you have to live it. Find a way to do it, and if that means for you looking at a new way to have that life, don't be scared about it. You can have it. We're absolute living proof that you can have it. And if you would like to grab a copy of our guide where we show you how you can retire and have the life that you dream and desire, you're going to find a link somewhere just below this video, because we're going to put this video out on Facebook, where most of our friends are connecting with us and getting to know us, and that's where we share our stories and our life. And we really want to help as many people as we possibly can. So we're just going to spin the camera around and show you this very last sunset from the beautiful, beautiful Caribbean coast of Cancun in Mexico.